Hi, my name is Dylan, and I'm going to talk about how the NFIP and CRS relate to each other, and what the CRS is all about, and how it is important to communities throughout the country. The CRS, or Community Rating System, is a system that recognizes community floodplain management activities that exceed the minimum for NFIP standards. It also focuses on issues in the community that pose a threat to public safety, like threats to public and private infrastructure, protection of the environment, as well as economic losses and more. The CRS categorizes these communities by financial incentives. This is done by rating the communities by class from 1 to 9, with 9 being the worst and 1 being the best, with higher classes receiving more financial incentives. The CRS is important because in times of disaster, it protects people's lives, property, as well as the natural environment. Through actively making the community safer and less vulnerable to flooding by creating better mitigation plans and bringing more awareness to the dangers of floods, communities can rise up through the rankings and receive more support through the system. Some of the potential consequences of not participating in the CRS could be more damage to property, as well as a greater loss of life from flooding disasters. The communities that do not participate in the CRS are essentially leaving the public more vulnerable to flooding and should expect more damage and harm to private and public properties, as well as people throughout the community. Of course, the main incentive of joining the CRS is the financial motivation for moving up through the class, and that it would cut the premiums of policyholders possibly by almost 50%. The community as a whole would also gain and have a better understanding of the possible damages and emergency management as a whole. Being prepared is very important when coming to natural disasters, especially those that are as unpredictable as flooding can be. Overall, participating in the community rating system will allow for a more resilient, better mitigated, and more prepared community.